A proposed bill designed to pay people during the federal government shutdown was shot down in the Senate yesterday. It looks like the demolition crews are being given a hard time for the East Wing Ballroom construction project. And, as it turns out, we have a second moon that is following our main moon since the late 60s, and it's probably the Jews. I'm Ted with Forward the Line. Thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. Please like, follow, share, all of that good stuff. That messed me up. And let's get into this. From ABC News, Senate fails to advance GOP bill that would have provided pay for some federal workers during the shutdown. On Thursday, the Senate failed to advance Ron Johnson's bill that would have provided pay to some federal workers during the shutdown. It was failed by a vote of 55 to 45, and it would have needed 60 votes to advance. Democratic Senators John Fetterman, John Ossoff, and Raphael Warnock surprisingly voted with all Republicans to advance this bill. All other Democrats voted against it. And while the bill would have not ended the shutdown, it would have allowed some federal employees to get paid. Now, based on the information that I gathered, and I hope I'm right, so please fact check me, I will give my references, but based on what I had, it's not just some federal employees. It's over 2 million federal employees. People that are deemed essential, necessary. So you're talking about the entirety of active duty military. You're talking about people that work for the DHS, that work for the FBI, that work for air traffic control, people who handle the airports. What do you call those? TSA agents. All of them would have gotten paid interim payments and then back pay if necessary. The problem is that apparently the money goes to the department heads who then disperse the money to their employees, right? Well, I'm guessing the Democrats' argument was that we don't want people in charge of these departments to have that type of control over the pay that goes to the employees. Well, first of all, this would only be necessary in terms during the time of a federal government shutdown. So that's kind of an irrelevant argument. Second of all, you're talking a large chunk of the workforce that you, because you're anti-Trump, decided to just take a dump all over. A lot of these guys have to go to work every day without pay. So you're comfortable with using these regular people as political fodder because you do not like the people in control of the government right now. This would have been payments. It would have been on time or close to on time payments coming out of the Treasury because appropriations cannot handle it during the shutdown. So, whatever. They want to shit all over you in order to, make the Democratic donors happy, then that's their prerogative, and I'm guessing you know who to vote for. So, the big problem is, like I've talked about in another episode, is the Medicare monies that are ending at the end of this year. And I brought up in my other video how the insurance companies have used that government extra money and then raised the prices, inflated the prices of your health plans in order to suck more money out of the federal government. So, of course, they're going to go to the people they give the most lobbying money to and say, please, please, please don't let this happen. So I have an anecdote here that I wanted to share, and it's the last thing I'll talk about when it comes to this. So I saw a advertisement on TV for Blue Cross Blue Shield. They offered nothing about their services. They said nothing about their quality of care. All they said is for you, the average person, the average voter, to contact your representative and tell them to make sure that this tax incentive is not removed. It made me think, I wonder if they're going to lose a lot of money because of this. And the answer is obviously yes, they're going to lose millions of dollars. So one of two things has to happen. Either they need to get more competitive and actually provide some quality shit at a reasonable price, or they're going to go belly up. They would rather spend their time, their budget, their advertising, their effort on trying to get you to do something for them, when another company over here might be saying, okay, hey, let's restructure our plans to make sure that these people that pay us, that pay our salaries, get a better deal. Anyways, I'm going to get off my high horse and move to this next story because I guarantee you I'm going to cut half the shit out anyways. All right. This is from WTOP News, a local news station. A demolition company at the White House gets taken apart over the East Wing job. Call ACECO's Silver Spring, Maryland office, and the recorded messages will tell you it is the premier demolition contractor in the D.C. metro area. But that's not how many on social media see it, as the contracting company's work on the White House East Wing started this week. So they started tearing down a part of the East Wing for the $250 million ballroom that you guys know about. That's being privately funded, not with our money, but from donors. And there was so much heat generated on Yelp that the ratings for the website temporarily disabled the posting of content to the page for ACECO, meaning Yelp themselves shut it down. Among the comments posted prior to the Yelp's move was from a person from Oregon saying, quote, "Traitors to the United States, they should be ashamed for their destruction of the East Wing of the White House. May karma prevail," end quote. Another person at the, excuse me. Megan Duncan, associate professor at Virginia Tech School of Communication, told WTOP, quote, "They are being bombarded in ways that aren't from firsthand experience, but are from people responding to seeing news and wanting a way to express their anger," end quote. Okay. This is a perfect example of the crazies, all right? And both sides have them. I'm not going to make it sound like it's just the left side of the aisle. It's absolutely not. Now, these people, they're either not real, i.e. bots, or they are people that have been completely brainwashed by a particular side, and they seem to feel genuinely feel that this is a destruction of our heritage and a destruction of our country. When multiple times throughout the last 100 years, there have been major renovations, major add-ons, whole bunch of stuff to the White House of the United States by some of the greatest presidents that we tout to this day. And as a matter of fact, the East Wing itself was never really anything important, right? The West Wing is where all the business happens. That's the important area. That's the Oval Office. That's the meeting rooms, all that stuff. That's all over there. The East Wing is just office space. It was designed to be office space. And, some other things or whatever. Doesn't matter. The point is, it would be a good thing in the long run to have a very nice facility for all people, presidents, politicians, regular people, to be able to go and visit. Because yes, that is our house. As you'll see all over the left-wing news, this is the people's house and they're destroying it. That's their tagline. I think building a $250 million ballroom is actually, that's pretty cool. Because if I was looking at it like it was my house, I would want the value of my house to go up. I'm sure most of you out there would love to see the value of your house go up. And kind of the house that we're paying for is going to increase in value with a beautiful, gigantic ballroom. Now, yeah, it looks bad. It sucks when you have a bunch of heavy machinery on the White House lawn tearing shit down. I get it. It'll look good when it's done. And nobody's going to bitch and moan once it's done. And the reason I brought up this article in particular is because it's very sad that we've reached a point in our country where there are people, real people, sometimes bots, but real people that are commenting death threats, that are commenting evil, gross, disgusting things on a public website. We've always seen stuff like this in the Reddit threads. We've seen stuff like this on the you could call it the dark web, just the places of the internet that no one really frequents. You could see it there all the time. Shit, you even see it on Facebook. You see stuff like that, and then you just block them and move on. But when you go to Yelp, a website that literally everybody has used at one point in time in their life, and you try to attack a company who is contracted to do something you don't like, that's going into the public, that's going into the town square in a way to say, fuck you, I don't like what you're doing. It has nothing to do with the way they operate business. They have nothing to do with how they treat their customers. You're just bringing their entire organization's reputation down because you don't like something the president's doing. That is so immature, it's beyond fucking belief. Are we all children? Have none of us grown up to be adults? I know there's plenty of people out there. I'm not trying to disparage the people that are responsible and that take care of their families and all that shit. But there is no reason why a full-blown adult, I'm assuming this person is probably over the age of at least 40, There is no reason for you to express your anger in that way. Go punch a pillow if you're worried about it. Go find a friend and yell at them just to get the anger out of your system. Don't try and wreck somebody you don't know, you've never had contact with. Remember, the person I read was in fucking Portland, Oregon. They have no idea who ACO is. They've never dealt with them. They've never bought from them. And you're ruining their reputation because you don't like something the opposition party is doing. It's childish. And grow up. Seriously, grow up. We can talk like adults, but when you act like a child, you get told to sit in the corner. So, anyways, I'll move on from that story to the next thing because this is just funny, and it wasn't the Jews, but we're going to talk about it anyways. From Yahoo News, Geekspin, NASA confirms Earth now has 2 moons until 2083. It was discovered this year, but traveling with us since the 1960s. The small asteroid will drift away in 2083. I just read that too. That's embarrassing. NASA confirmed this week that the rock discovered by the University of Hawaii is officially a, quote, quasi-moon, a rare type of celestial companion that travels almost exactly in sync with the Earth. So it's not a true moon, but it keeps its pace with us, looping around the sun in a path so similar that it appears to shadow our planet as we orbit. So it's approximately 18 to 36 meters wide, about the height of a small building. Tiny by cosmic standards, of course, but significant enough to earn its own place in Earth's extended neighborhood. So that's a cute way to write it. And this is lighthearted. I want to be lighthearted. And I will get a little conspiracy-minded. So, yeah, okay. You know, you have the Jewish space lasers. You have the Jews that run the economy. You have the Jews that killed Charlie Kirk. Apparently, yeah, you have those Jews. It's just ridiculous. So I would love to say that there are space Jews that are following our moon, and they're getting ready for the best time to invade our world. The space Jews are coming. They're coming. But no. It's actually more likely than it being the space Jews. It is actually more likely to be actual aliens, which would be cool as shit. Because if you look at the date they're talking about, 1960s, I mean, that's when peak fucking UFO was starting, man. Because a lot of people seem to think that the Roswell incident was a repercussion from us dropping nuclear atomic weapons on Hiroshima and Nagasaki. And the aliens detected it, and they decided to come to Earth in order to investigate and figure out what we got going on. I mean, even Eisenhower, there's theories out there that Eisenhower was contacted, and he knew about it. So, would it be likely that a gigantic mothership has been following our Earth since the 1960s after it made contact with us? Yeah, I mean, it's plausible. It's more plausible than space Jews. But yeah, I mean, it's a cool thing to think about, for sure. Of course, most likely, let's be realists here. It's probably just a rock. Still pretty cool, though. And on top of that, there might very well be very rare minerals. Like, we kind of know what's on the moon already. Whether you believe in the moon landing or not, we kind of know what's already there. Or we do know what's already there. You could look at it either way. But we don't know what's on this rock. I'm shocked we haven't seen it by now. Because the Hubble Space Telescope is taking pictures of shit like light years away, and we couldn't figure out that we were being followed. Our moon was being followed. That's hilarious to me. But regardless, we found it, and maybe there's some good shit there. Maybe there's, you know, some crazy-ass mineral that'll give us the ability to make propulsion systems so great that we could go to Mars. So Elon, man, where are you? Where are you on this? You got the rockets. Fucking send something there. Put a rover on it. Send it up there. You got the money, you got the rockets, just do it. Maybe you can make some money out of it. I mean, I know you're a bajillionaire and all, and you don't need the money. But hey, it might benefit all of us, right? You know, just a thought. Anyways, I'm going to wrap it up there, guys. Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate you. Please like, follow, share, and all that good stuff. And as always, be happy, be healthy, get educated, stay motivated, forward the line.